Yes. Fantastic win. Nice way to stop that alarming run of defeats, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah, you know, it's amazing. You know, I really fancied us on Tuesday, and we ended up getting nothing, and then today you think, oh, you know, and then the first half hour you do wonder with Guiseley, good team. Ref said to me before the game, because he refed them on Monday, best team he's seen this season. So a fantastic 3 points. We didn't play very well first half, we weren't at it. 2 or 3 of them were off the pace. Theo, you know, spoke to him yesterday, you could tell in his voice he wanted to do well. That's all I needed to think, but I thought, no, you know, let's bed him in. And I thought if it ain't right, which I half expected, then I'll change it, and that's what I did, and they scored. But then after that, I think, you know, we got back into the game. We worked on set pieces on Thursday. We talked about them at length, about getting in the right position. Theo wasn't there, and he got in the right position and scored. So, but that's a player knowing what he's doing, and what I've wanted the lads to do, and they haven't been doing, he done. But that is the little bit of difference in quality. But if my lads start doing that, we'll be all right.
We've mentioned the referee already. Every time I see that referee, I can't help but think of that horrible night against Corby when Vern broke his leg. And here we go again. That looked pretty bad, but tell us what's happened and how he is now.
I think it's just a bit of a spasm. He's all right, he's had a shower and he's fine. So he's not playing Monday anyway, for a number of reasons. But hopefully he'll be all right for next weekend. But, you know, Sam Rawlins come on and done well. You know, getting that win, you know, just gives us that little bit of breathing space. You know, we did need it, and I said to him, you know, I tried to take the pressure off on Thursday at training, saying, you know, I'm more worried about the sendings offs than the form, because we have been in good form, and it's been, like I said, it's been hard luck stories, but I don't do hard luck stories, and we're a bit fortunate to possibly win the game today, but we have. There's been games where we should have got something and we haven't this season, and that's where the luck sort of evens out over a season.
Well, those send-ins off, we seem to be picking up yellow cards with alarming regularity this afternoon. Did you feel you might see another one?
Well, yeah, I thought Darren Mullins was the one that could be his turn today. But you know, you want committed players, and you know you cannot deny that they weren't committed. You know, a few of them were off the pace and not at it first half, but you know you can't accuse them of not ever trying for me. And that's all you ever want, especially at non-league football. And if you can add a little bit of quality here and there, which we've got, we can get results like that. It's not going to happen every week, but I honestly think we would have got something at Workington, and we would have definitely got something on Tuesday had Darren and Webby not been sent off for different things.
Well, Monday night, I assume you're going to put out a bit of a changed team, but you know, some of these players who might show on Monday, they'll have a good shout at the first team with the way the squad's been stretched over the next few weeks, won't they? Yeah,
well, you know, George Lloyd's definitely playing. Matt Lydiard's not available. You know, I keep getting on about these kids, not available. Joe Parker's with us, he probably won't start, but he'll get some game time. Sam Rawlins has got ice on, but he's going to be okay. There's so many injuries, then we've got to have a look at it. Chris Humphreys, I'm looking forward to seeing him, because I've heard some good things about him as a goalkeeper. And all right, Greeny's going to be here next year, but if something happened to him, then you know he could be the one to replace him. He's you know, he's 6'4" plus, so, and he commands his box very well. So I'm looking forward to seeing him, given the opportunity. And I might, you know, games like that, you know, Coopy's been banging on me about playing centre midfield. Sometimes you have to stimulate players, and I might have a look at him in there, although he's a bit lead weary, as I'm sure Rosie would be, and the whole back four for that matter.
Well, there were a couple of fellow managers in the stand today watching. Eddie Britton and Lee Howells were there, and people suggesting that they might be after our 2 ex-Bath boys. Are we going to struggle to hang on to them?
Who?
Coopy and Edwards.
No, because they're both here next season, so not a problem there. That's near enough sorted. Well, to be honest, if they were AD and Lee like to get the ball down and play, they would not have been impressed with that first half, especially from us. But you get games like that. They probably left when Jack Harris got injured and didn't see us play the best stuff that we did play. And they probably won't believe that we've actually won the game. But you know, that's football sometimes, and you know, the lads dug in. You know, it shows that we have got some good players here. We've got some good young players. I know we've got them, and I'm making sure that they ain't going anywhere. And that's near enough done for next season. But you know, let's just leave that for the moment.
But I've got to ask you about Tom Hamlin. He sat in the stand again today. What's his problem?
Well, Rosie, I promised Rosie that I would give him the opportunity. He was playing on merit on Tuesday. Didn't do anything wrong on Tuesday, and he's marked the best striker in the league in Walsall today, just about. You know, Tom's injured anyway, and he's going to have to work. He chose not to be available last Saturday, and I'm going to make him work for it to get back in there. He's done a bit of I think he's pulled a slight tendon in one of his bones. But you know, we'll have to wait and see. But you know, if Rosie plays like that, he'll do well to play again this season. And if he doesn't, that's great, because we would have won quite a few games of football.
Well, I will ask, finally, you mentioned the other night that you had 2 or 3 players you were looking at, and I assumed that Theo was one of them. Are they all like him?
Yeah, you know, he done really well. It's interesting. You know, it'd be nice, because it'd be good, because the only thing he really got wrong was his starting position when we were defending a little bit, and he was sort of playing on the shoulder a little bit. Bearing in mind we were under pressure, and the players were under pressure with the ball, and he was expecting sort of great balls over the top. That wasn't going to happen, because Guiseley were working so hard to get back into the game. So maybe that's something I can help him with, because there's no doubt he's a talent. Smart Yates said to me, he can't believe no one's come in for him before. I've known about him for a while. I saw him against Bristol Rovers last year, and he played in the 5-0 win against us, so I know he can play, and he can play off the front player or in midfield. So yeah, you know, great start for him, and you know, it's nice for Darren Edwards to get the goal. Although Theo's probably disappointed he didn't score, but it signs Darren off, although Darren will be playing on Monday, with a winning strike that has definitely given us some breathing space, which, you know, let's be honest about it, we needed, because if we had lost, which looked likely in the first half, going to Halifax would have been a big arse next week, and then we would have possibly been under a little bit of pressure. But you know, credit to the boys, they dug in, and that's what Gloucester City are all about.
Finally, it's a happy birthday for Matlock, isn't it?
Is it his birthday, is it? Oh, he hasn't said. He's had a haircut. I thought he looked a bit different today, and I said he looked thinner, but it was obviously his haircut, which I then noticed. But yeah, no, he's playing well, and he's playing well at the moment. The last 4 or 5 games, he's sort of, you know, just getting in there. And at the end of the day, you know, he's sort of moved, he's upheaved, moved back to the area, and it does take time. You hear about the foreign players coming in, and it is hard. You know, he's been looking for a job and this, that, and the other, and he's got that, and maybe he's settling down a little bit. But you know, one thing he did do, he kept the ball brilliantly right at the end of the game, whereas perhaps we haven't had that type of thing before. And you know, all he did was run it across the pitch and want to throw in, but we haven't really had that before. It's just doing it in the right areas sometimes. But yeah, all in all, really pleased with the team. You know, special mention to, you know, giving Rosie a shout, and Sam Rawlins coming on and doing a job. But I thought Lewis made a great save at 2-1, and I think Coopy was Coopy. You know, he deserved credit. I thought Mike Green was outstanding today.
Brilliant. Thank you, Boris.